Hey guys, Bl'Art here. Shinryu can be a stressful place, with kind of uninspiring force weapons showing up that, Luna Freya happened and now we're saving for Tifa, so why do we even care about the ones in between, right? In any event, I'm here to provide you with a sense of guided, focused tranquility to help you walk through the path of this game. This is the DFFOO guided ASMR sleep experience I'm sorry, I have a very stuffy nose. I caught like a little... My daughter went to daycare and she came back with some kind of virus and I caught it, and you know how it goes, so I'm just kind of dealing with that. But anyway, that's not why we're here. We're here to pull for Vayne FR. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know he's one of, if not my favorite character in this game. At least gameplay-wise, and cool character too. So, even though I know he doesn't have a whole lot of hype surrounding him, you know I'm going hard for this. We're starting with our intention-setting daily ticket pull, which gives us absolute jank, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do a quick free pull of the other banner. We already have Vayne's Burst, so we don't really need anything from this one. So hey, free Power Stones, am I right? I mean, if we get the Force Weapon on this, then that'll kind of solve that. I am planning to gem this banner, assuming I don't get it on the free pulls, because I'm kind of a little short on high power stones, so I figure some dupes would be just what the doctor ordered. Well, free LD. Well, free power stone, I should say. I already have Cyan LD. Anyway. But that's okay. We're going to just... I don't know, ride this out and stay nice and calm and collected, not unlike Vayne is in his game when he's not assassinating people or punching metal or whatever he does. But yeah, man, I've actually been really looking forward to this weapon because Vayne's one of my favorite characters to play. I just find him really satisfying to use. I think it's just because his skill 2 animation looks so good, but there's a lot of comparisons and kind of false equivalences and whatnot being thrown around. I think the most common ones are Vayne is basically melee Terra, or Vayne is melee Tidus, because he kind of already is melee. But anyway, the Terra one's kind of silly because they actually kind of function very differently. Vayne gets waves of free turns, and Terra only has the free turns when she presses LD, and not counting dual cast, of course. But that's a big difference in a lot of ways. It means Vayne gets many more free turns than Terra, but it also means that Terra actually gets a big burst of returns for her force time, and I think it actually syncs up a little bit better with kind of optimizing things. That said, Vayne also has the rebreaks, yada yada yada, and Terra is a lot more self-sufficient as far as her damage. But anyway, I'm not really here to talk that many comparisons. I didn't really want to go too deep into that. That said, I think that there is kind of an elephant in the room I want to address, which is that there is nuance differentiating Vayne from Tidus. They definitely, Vayne comes in with... Vayne has auras, Tidus has debuffs. Vayne is single target rebreaks almost every turn. Tidus is group rate rebreak every few turns. That being said, as much as I want to stand up for my favorite, for a favorite, I think in most cases you're going to want to use Tidus. I think he's... Oh, shoot, frig. Okay, we'll take that. Cool. Sweet. Yuri's here too. I guess I have Yuri's BT now. That's nice. Shoot. Lost my train of thought. This is what I get. It was nothing was coming down the pipe, and I was just kind of talking about random stuff, and now I've forgotten what. Oh, right. Vayne and Tidus. So I think just on balance, Tidus brings a lot more self-sufficient damage because of his Brave Steel and Brave damage. Vayne has refunds between his hits, which is nice, but I think just Tidus hits so hard that it doesn't matter that he doesn't have Brave gain. He also has more HP attacks because of his shot follow-up. So he has, on average 4 HP attacks a turn compared to Vayne's 3, and they both add an additional, 2 or so depending on how the burst effect works out. So I think Tidus just on balance does more damage than Vayne straight up. The one thing I think Vayne has that over Tidus easily is longevity, so he can really just go hard. Tidus, it's possible to run out of quick hits if you're not careful. In theory, I guess. I don't know. With his FR, or Cam's FR, or whatever, these days you can melt bosses so fast it doesn't matter, because Tidus has that ridiculous finisher, and the free skills from his LD, and I don't know. That being said, this isn't purely a game about comparisons. That's the thing. Dare to Defy showed us and reminded us that this is a game about roster breadth, diversity of experience, role coverage, those kind of things. And also, not just role coverage, but like role overlap. Because if another Dare to Defy event shows up, you can't Tidus your way through all of them. Maybe you'll want to Vayne your way through one of them. Because, I'll say this, I played Vayne through pretty much all of Lufania Plus. And people were saying, oh, he's worst BT of the month for him when he came out. He's just absolute unimpressive BT, just real crap unit. And I used him, and honestly, I think maybe he didn't stack up as impressively as the other units of that time, but he crushed content just as easily as any other BT Plus unit did for me, especially during his cycle, one of the hardest cycles of Lufania Plus. During Divine Shiva, he was clutch for me there. Basically, every hard fight that showed up, he just came and did his job, and he carried the team on his back. I think part of the reason for that is Vayne's kit is fundamentally sound. It's solid. It's just a lot of really reliable free turns, and you can tack whatever current meta effects, not off turn, but basically whatever the most. Okay, guess we're 2 Yuri bursts. BT tokens. Sweet. Nice. Cool. Great. Shoot, what was I talking about? Damn. Pontificating about Vayne. That was it. Right. Okay, sweet. Well, I'm going to appreciate these BT tokens, but my thinking with Vayne is, like I said, he gets those free turns very easily, very consistently. Basically, infinite number of skills. And there was never a point at which I was like, oh, I have to struggle to get this character through this content. He basically carried the entirety of Lufania Plus right through to garbage time, and even by that point, it's like, okay. Because the thing is, being able to just take as many free turns as he takes, and he takes probably the most in the game, up there with like Eldnar Shirelem or something, I would think. That is a very abusable effect for keeping turn counts low and stuff, because there's always going to be some newfangled modern, this is the new hotness as far as rewarding you for taking multiple turns. We had when Yang got his LD. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I should mention, I'm going to the pity here to get them dupes, so this is rewarding itself. Yang or Kane or even Ace when he came out, there's always going to be some new fancier way to take advantage of taking multiple turns in a row for free, and Vayne does that really easily. So even if his own personal damage isn't that great, who cares? You're going to be spamming a zillion D free turns and getting a bunch of damage, so I don't know. I feel like people are kind of sleeping on that, and comparatively, yeah, I think he's weaker than Tidus, but who cares? He's going to crush content regardless is kind of how I'm expecting this to go down. Because you compare him with Core or Yang, or even if you don't want to take advantage of his FR, pair him with Kane with his BT Plus or something like that. Or what have you. Basically, I think people are kind of underestimating the character again, and they, wait a second, hold on, that would have been bad. That's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to get the high power stone, and then some free power stones into the bargain. That's what we're doing here. I guess I could have just, that's what I had to do, because anyway, I guess I could have I didn't have to go the extra 100 G tokens, but whatever, I got some free stuff out of it. Anyway, but that's kind of my pontificating about Vayne. I'll probably talk a lot more about this during my Vayne runs, which I'm sure I'll be posting. But I think people just need to remember that just because one character is maybe not as powerful as another character doesn't mean that character lacks, absolute value vis-a-vis content, They can still do plenty fine by you, even if they're not the S-tier top Ultima pick or whatever. So I hope you remember that when trying to figure out who you want to invest in, who you want to use, because you may be surprised and may find that, I don't know, maybe there's a favorite who you haven't discovered yet. Anyway, I think that'll do it for me. You stay frosty, and I'll see you later. Adios.